Hi guys, Kerrod here at Joondalup Resort, and in this video, using 3 alignment sticks, I'm going to show you how to improve the quality of the rotation of your lower body as your golf club is approaching the golf ball. This here, well, it's going to help you if you struggle with a chicken wing, poor ball striking, getting out on your toes at the moment of impact, and really upgrade the quality of your shots. Let's get into it. Now, golf is an athletic motion and therefore it is a rotary sport. We need to make sure that throughout the motion we are turning back and we are turning through towards the target. That's how we're going to create the maximum amount of speed, force and power generated into that golf ball to send it as far as we possibly can. And one of the big flaws that we see with recreational golfers is a lack of lower body rotation through the golf ball. So what does this look like? Well, if I'm standing face on to the camera here, I swing to the top, I've got this yellow alignment rod through my belt buckle. At the moment when you strike the ball, you would see your hips and your shoulders facing the ball at the moment of impact, and then you would usually follow on with a look in which the chest lifts up and the arms bunch up into this position. From the down the line view, very much the same. As I would get to the top, my hips weren't rotating enough. I would start to stand up and extend towards the ball. My hips would come in square, my shoulders would come in square, my arms would bunch up, and I would get this big chicken wing look where that lead arm would move around the body. Not conducive to power or consistency when it comes to striking that golf ball. So using these alignment rods here, I've got a great drill. It's probably my favorite drill for improving the quality of your rotation of your lower body. The reason I like this is it's very simple to set up. You just need a few sticks just to make sure you've got a reference for the amount of rotation that you're trying to create in the golf swing. So starting from the down the line view here, what I've got is I've got a yellow alignment stick, just a half a rod stuck through my belt loops here. And this is just going to be a reference for my hip rotation in the downswing. So if I set up to the golf ball in this position here, you can see that I've got an orange alignment rod down on the ground. This would be indicative of my target line and also my zero line for my hip rotation. So therefore, as I set up to the golf ball, I would see that the yellow stick and the orange stick would be matching each other. Now, this is a great little exercise for you to practice, even if you're unsure if you're rotating enough, just to check that maybe you're achieving what we would be looking for. Now, out in front over here, we've got a stick that's placed on about a 30-degree angle. Now, when you do set up this little structure here, I want you to make sure this stick here, that's outside the front foot. If you put it too much in the center of your stance, sometimes it's difficult to manage and see exactly how much rotation you're getting. So make sure when you set this up, you've got a stick down on the ground for your target line, and then you've also got another stick on about a 30-degree angle, just so it's pointing inside the ball line there. Now, once you set up to this golf ball, as you make a backswing, I then want you, as you start down, just for the first couple of swings, stop at impact and see where your hips are relative to that alignment stick that's down on the ground. Now, for some of you, you might be closer to this orange stick, which would mean that you don't have enough rotation. And then some of you would be a lot closer to this white stick for those of you who tend to rotate a little bit more. Now, ideally, at the moment of impact, we're going to be trying to match the stick through our belt buckle with this stick on the ground. So you can make some practice swings to start off with. And effectively, you're just trying to match the visual and the feeling of getting that white alignment rod and this yellow rod matching up at the moment as that club strikes the golf ball. You can start by doing some slow swings back and through, really feeling that that lower body is rotating as you come through. Now, one of the big keys to doing this drill correctly is to have the intent of striking the ground. Make sure that when you're doing this drill, you're not just turning back and turning through and swinging wildly, because that wouldn't be reminiscent or rehearsing what you actually want to do when you go ahead and hit the golf ball. So having some intent and really focusing on the piece of ground that you're trying to strike goes a long way in making this drill effective. So if I'm swinging to the top here, I've got a nice amount of hip rotation. Then as I start down, I'm trying to simply match the yellow stick with the white stick, and you can see that's going to allow me to turn my body a lot more, rather than for those of you who tend to sometimes get a little bit stuck and your body tends to face too much towards the golf ball. So a really good feeling. Then once you've done that a couple of times, you can roll yourself a golf ball and you can make some slow swings, just trying to get that exact same feeling through the golf ball, especially at the moment of impact, that yellow stick is trying to match up to that white stick as close as possible. Now, the more you do this, the easier it's going to become. For those of you who tend to get a chicken wing and you've noticed it, or one of your friends have told you so, what this is going to allow you to do is, as you turn through the golf ball, you're going to have far more room for your arms to extend out towards the target. So as you're turning and you're moving through, instead of getting bunched up because your hips and your shoulders are facing the ball, with that lower body rotation, now your arms can extend a little bit more out towards the target, and it's going to make a huge difference in the ability to strike that ball well with some power. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Great little drill to improve the quality of that hip rotation. Try it out, and I'm sure it will help a lot for those of you who feel like you're getting a little bit stuck. But until next time, I'm Kerrod Gray. Thanks for watching.